Christine, how does it feel to get your first wahoo?
Feels good.
That's awesome. Thanks to PA Slayer here. We got like what, 5, 6 in the boat?
6 in the boat. It's not noon yet.
It's a redemption day.
I got a fish. They're all over the place.
Amazing, amazing day. You and I had a double. You shot the first fish and let a couple more in, and I put another one in.
We got 2 on. Yeah.
That's awesome.
And then the next day is when the most epic thing happens.
Most epic day ever. So then, yes then, it was then that it happened.
We swam with whales.
Oh, dude. Grab my camera. Oh.
2 mating humpback whales, and they hung around us for at least 20, 30 minutes.
It's amazing.
Oh, it's going down.
We were just there spearfishing, and all of a sudden this massive tail comes out of the water and just like, and it didn't even, it like came up and it was just hanging out, like waving at us, you know?
They're over here. Oh, they're right there. He's right here. His mouth is, I can see him.
Are you under the boat? Is he coming up?
And I handed up my gun and grabbed my camera, and Christine and I just started swimming with these 2 magnificent creatures.
That was the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life. Oh, I literally got 5 feet from his face. Oh my God, that was so cool.
The size of these majestic creatures was mind-blowing. I've never felt so small next to another creature. They were so large and moved so elegantly through the water. They weren't even bothered by us at all. They hung around us in the boat for a really long time. It might have been the wrong time of year for spearfishing, but it was the right time of year for whale watching.
This is the coolest thing ever. They're mating.
They're literally so close to us, I could touch them.
I swam up to one once, and his eye was like, from me to the motor, like, I saw his eye like this big. And I look over and he starts swimming past, and I was scared that the tail was gonna like hit me because he had barnacles on that tail like this big. I mean, if one of those barnacles scraped across your face, it would like cut you right open. So I was like, oh, get back a little bit. That was really cool. You know, you can only swim so much after them with that camera and everything, get a little tired. So we got a lot of cool footage. Even you got some great footage too on your camera.
Yeah, there was one time where I thought I was gonna get hit by the tail. That's when I was using the GoPro and I was like going like this, and you're like, you messed up the footage. And I was like, sorry, I don't wanna get hit by the whale.
Oh yeah, when I was like, you keep getting in the shots. Yeah. Because I'd be filming an epic thing, then all of a sudden you just come barreling down and then back up. This was the most amazing thing I've ever seen underwater. What's the most amazing thing you've experienced in nature?
This is so cool. I was like literally like I could touch him.
That's why you always need to be ready for anything, because you never know when something like this is going to pop up. This was by far the coolest thing that we experienced on this trip. And by that time, you know, we were the only ones there with the whales for a minute. So after we got all tired swimming with the whales, we decided to come back on the boat. That was so cool. Oh man, I had no idea we were gonna get so much great footage.
I was like right behind them literally so many times. Every time they came up.
And then all of a sudden when we got out of the water, there was like 30 boats around us. And they all came over and saw the action.
Did other people get in the water too then?
No, nobody got in the water. I don't think you're allowed to.
Well, we didn't know that you're not allowed, but we were already in the water, so it's not like we jumped in the water after. But yeah, we just happened to be in the water and they showed up, so we didn't know. We didn't get right out of the water. We kept swimming. I found out afterwards, but that's the kind of thing it's better to ask for forgiveness than permission. You know? Oops. Sorry. Got a lot of great footage though. Yeah, we got out and I decided to fly my drone. And I was getting some really cool shots. I mean, it was like the tails swimming around and us at the boat and everything. God, we had just filmed that one area, the rock. What's it called? It's like that big rock next to that area.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I don't know what it's called though. That's where there were some sea lions too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Woo! I got something really sick. So I'm flying around, and it was terrible. It was like worst conditions. So I'm flying up, and it's going up and up and up, and then it's like losing signal, and then just boom, the screen went blank, and I'm like, what do you mean? Where'd it go? And I'm like trying to turn it back on and like figure out what's going on and like where is it at? And you know, it wouldn't reconnect. We might have to go in for this.
Took off on its own.
Yeah. It won't come down.
See it? Because I don't.
I see it, yeah.
Yeah? Like you on the other side of those boats? Is it over there?
It's like over more this way. It's way up there.
Is it about to die?
It's gonna die at some point, and we're gonna have to like,
See it.
we're gonna have to go after it, and I'm gonna have to jump in and get it. I was preparing for the worst case scenario. The drone had about 10% battery left and I had lost signal. It was going to land somewhere, and I was going to be prepared to jump in and grab it.
Okay, it's right above us.
You can't go in the water at all.
No, it's not waterproof. But I can get a new drone and I can save the footage if we can get it. So get ready.
If it hit the water, it would surely destroy the drone, but the memory card would be intact and I would have the footage. The insurance I have will give me a brand new drone if I at least have the drone. If I lost it forever, there's no insurance for that.
It's right here.
It's weird, you gotta let your eyes focus.
It's gonna come down at some point.
As long as the battery lasts.
It only had like 7 minutes when I started trying to bring it down.
So it won't be long.
I think it might be coming down now.
Oh, I see it.
It's coming down. You see it, bro?
Yeah.
Get ready. I think it might be over there.
It's going over there.
So I'm like, okay, this thing's up in the air.
It's right above us.
It's gonna come down to home and go down and then go in the water. So we're like, where's it at? Where's it at? And it's like not a cloud in the sky.
Oh, I cannot see.
The sun is just blaring straight down. You know, we're like looking around, we're like, hey, where is it? There's salt water in our eyes. And we're like, looking, like, oh, there it is, I see it. It's way out there. We're like, oh, I'm falling.
Look at it. Look at this. Are you recording this?
I'm gonna grab the drone for you.
So we start driving over to it.
And then
Like-
every time the boat would get closer to it, the drone just kept going away from us, and we were like, what's going on?
Look at it. This is going on its own.
Maybe that's because we're moving.
I'm not even doing anything with the controller.
Like, this thing has a mind of its own. I don't even know it had that much battery left.
It's gonna die in a minute.
It starts going this way and going this, and it's like, it keeps following the whales.
Dude, you gotta be joking. It's like it's running from us.
Right, that's what I'm thinking.
What the hell? And it starts coming down and coming down. It's getting closer, and we're getting closer to it. I'm like controlling it. I'm trying to control it, and it's not really doing anything. It gets closer. I see it getting closer to this boat. And I see this guy on the front of the boat, and he's like, we're like, yeah, get the drone, get the drone.
Come on. Grab it.
Oh, he's got a remote.
He's got a remote.
Oh, bro!
And you were like, no, you were like, to the kid, you were like, hey, you, stop f***ing with my drone. To this little kid.
Bro, you're taking over my drone!
First off, I didn't say the F word, okay?
Oh, yeah,
Excuse me, okay? And then I look behind him, and there's a guy down there hunched down. He looked a little mischievous, you know, the way he was like, he's over there like this, you know, and I was like, bro, what are you, bro, you're messing with my drone.
Is that his?
Is this your drone?
He looks at me, he's like, this is my drone.
Where is your drone?
Where's the other one?
Did it sound like that?
Yeah, he totally was old. And I was like, oh my God. And then I looked at the drone and I was like, that's not even the same drone. It was a smaller drone, it was like a mini. I was like, oh my God.
That ain't my drone.
Damn.
So the whole time you were following the wrong drone.
It freaking, while we were chasing on this guy's drone, it went over there, because we didn't know where we were at, you know, because we kept following the whales at some point. And so the current was moving and everything, and it wasn't telling me where we took off or anything. So it was like the worst combination of things, just the sun being like that. If it was a sunset, we would have seen it. Yeah. But the sun being right there, you couldn't see it. You know, so bright down there in Mexico.
Where's the other one?
Where is it?
We thought that was ours.
Oh, no.
Oh, man. You see it fall anywhere?
No, I didn't see it falling.
Oh. Oh, my God.
Oh man.
That was embarrassing.
No, literally, it was so funny. Like the bow was going. We were like, oh, the drone's right there. We went over there, and then all of a sudden the drone was like, and we're like, oh, and there was like,
He's probably like, get out of my shot, man.
Probably.
He sees you like,
Well, hey, we were there first, man. Those guys all came up on us, rolled up on us, and if they had done all that, you know, anyway, but whatever. I've since learned that having multiple drones in the air can cause interference. He basically knocked me out of the sky. Damn. The best day of our trip also turned into the worst day of our trip. And the worst part about it was the footage was gone. Not only the footage from the whales, but the rocks that we were filming earlier. This is actually the third time I've ever experienced this with drones, and my worst nightmare. So the day before, I wrecked my drone, and it recovered, put new blades on it and everything. Beautiful sunrise. That was gorgeous. I was filming at sunrise, and I was coming back. I was backing, and I thought it was high enough to go over the hotel. And I was just like looking at the footage, like, this is awesome. This is great. And then I just, bam, hit the hotel. It crashed onto a balcony. And I'm like, oh man, I don't want to get busted trying to go in there and climb through and like trespass. You know, Bobby's there. We're about to head out. I want to be like, hey man, I'm gonna go try and deal with them. I was like, oh, we'll just come back for it. He's like, no, let's go. And so we ran up there and like climbed over some stuff and climbed up a balcony. I picked him up by his feet and threw him up, and he went on a balcony and found it.
Oh, you found it?
Yeah, got it back. Put some new blades on it. It was perfectly fine. And then lost it. But yeah, that was probably the coolest thing that happened in Cabo, and the coolest thing I've ever experienced is those whales. What about that one time when there was that wahoo you had a big old shot on?
Shot on. Apparently, I was too far away.
Well, I think you could have waited for him to get a little closer, but he was a big wahoo. You know, it takes failing a certain amount of times before you understand wahoo, and now you understand wahoo. So we paid our dues. Not only you paid your dues, but I paid my dues with you, because every time you missed, I was like, oh, geez. Wasn't close enough. Wasn't close enough. But now, we don't have that problem anymore now. Like, we connect, you know? So, it's cool. It's cool that we all have, like, gotten past that hurdle. Because I went through the same thing, you know? Miss. Oh, wait a minute. They actually get super close. So, you know, that was one of those times you had to learn. Well, no fish today, but got 2 whales.
Yeah, I know we spent, that was probably a couple hours we spent messing around with the whale.
It cost me a drone. On the way back in, we decided to do one more drift over some structure. We drop down and see a small school of mahi swimming around. Christine's never shot a mahi, and we needed dinner. I fired and hit my target. While I was bringing my fish in, I look over at the corner of my eye, and there's Christine dropping down and lining up on another mahi.
I got dinner.
And just like that, we had another couple's double on the line.
Good job, man. You got your first mahi ever.
They weren't the biggest fish, but they were going to be dinner.
Nice.
And I was just happy that she actually hit it.
I love it.
Cabo Bay, Pierce Slayer. Boom.
I feel like we need to wrap this boat up and go get some food, right?
Yeah, I'm starving.
Well, let's do that.
And we have to go to Public or Winn-Dixie.
We gotta go somewhere. This ain't no Winn-Dixie commercial. Okay? They don't have Whole Foods over here in Big Pine. All they got is Winn-Dixie.
Winn-Dixie. Next
Isn't that
to
funny?
their ghetto
They
library.
actually, Winn-Dixie, they wanted the twins to do a commercial, and I was like, we don't
But
shop at Winn-Dixie.
they wanted like $400 for 2 days. They're like, hey, you gotta pay a agency fee and you have to have your own place to stay. And I was like,
Did you tell them that wasn't enough and what they said?
yeah. She was like, okay, thank you. I'll pass that on to them. And that was the end of the combo.
Foolish.
You're like, we'll be on TV. It'll be a cool experience. Yeah, 2 random girls just picking up carrots and throwing them in a cart. We're gonna get famous.
Where should I put my sticker? Look at this though. Unicorn sparkling strawberry.
The donuts. The powdered donuts.
No, put them up. She's got a pretty good willpower though. I mean, I'm pretty proud of her. We're on day like 7 and she hasn't cheated once. Or so she tells me. But she's sure looking up. Oh, moon pies. Oh, it's over now. Star Crunch?
Yeah.
Holy crap. Man, what if we just did a video one day where we just got one of each and we just sat around and just ate one of each, like at least a bite of each, and just did a taste test?
That sounds like your personal fantasy right now.
That's what's cool about having a trailer like that. You can just bring stuff you wouldn't normally be able to bring, you know? It's kind of crazy how we like live at these houses and bring all our stuff around. It's really cool. All right, ladies. Chicken wings are done. This is a special treat. I haven't got to cook on this grill since Miami. Look at that.
Looks good.
Looks good, ladies. Looks real good. What, we got bacon?
Yeah.
Ooh. It wasn't mangrove snapper, but it's kind of a treat, you know? I like applewood smoked chicken wings. This kind of reminds me of when we cooked that chicken on Bobby's grill. Remember that grill he had outside? It was like one of those kind of like, I don't know what you call it, like a wood fire grill.
Yeah.
Old, authentic Mexican grill. And that was a cool house he's got there. I like that place. It's kind of like a little compound, you know? It was like his own little world in there, totally secured. Like you just come in, take all your gear off, rinse it off. Didn't have to worry about it. Yeah, it was a cool spot. It's like a 3 or 4 bedroom house. We need to go back. Save some for Aaron, guys. You know? Poor thing. Remember in Cabo? She couldn't come out with us on the boat.
She came out with us one day.
She came out with us one day, but it was so rough that she got really seasick. And so she had to stay behind, and she was locked in that compound for days and days and days. Going mad. All right, well, Erin wants me to wrap this up because she's hungry. Time to pack her up and go. Phew, I think we got everything. It's been a fun trip. Still got to come up with a name for this place, man. Playa PA Slayer. Cabo was a really spectacular place. You know, I just think that we weren't there at the right time of year, and we need to go back. But what I'm really thankful for was it was like a boot camp for you girls. I mean, it was like, you know, and for myself, because we were doing a lot of just hanging out in Miami and kind of, you know, I mean, we were down a good bit, but this was like get up early in the morning, get out there, boom, 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 like, and it really showed me how much you guys like really are into the sport, because y'all went through a lot, especially you, Christine. You were, you know, hanging tough. And we did have some pretty spectacular experiences. You both shot your first wahoo. How'd that feel?
Felt great.
And we got to swim with dolphins and whales. I think the whales was the like highlight of the whole trip, honestly.
You know, the whales, the sea lion. So, you know, that was a pretty cool trip.
Thank you, Bobby, for the hospitality. Amazing place. Kind of reminds me of myself. I started this business a long time ago, semi-retired, but far from being retired, because you work this like it's your career. Well, we're gonna come back, man, and you come back to Florida with us.
Right on.
And I think we're gonna continue to do little destinations here and there, but you know, back-to-back trips like that. What's the saying? There's no place like home. And I tell you, South Florida feels like home, huh?
So good times out here in PA Playa Slayer's pad out here in Cabo, Mexico. And we out.